Okay, so what I'm going to do with this video is, well, the two videos, show you how to make a simple blender pot using a regular pot, either full size or mini. Some things I want to mention that I had some video problems. I usually either shoot with the webcam or with this little Samsung, and I'm not sure if this has a time limit or my SD card was affecting it, because I know my SD card in here is going bad. There's a couple spots where it won't save pictures on, so that's why there's parts of the video that seem to end abruptly. So I wanted to add some parts in that were, for some reason, didn't save to the thing. And first thing was that how the blender pot works. This is not like the blender pots that you would use for a jazz bass. That's more of a panning pot. That is a blender pot, and I'll talk a little bit about that when I show you how to make this one. What this does is at the all the way open, the 10 position, it allows you to use the pickup as it is. So if it's in the bridge position, you're getting the bridge pickup. And the neck pickup, you're getting the neck pickup only. Only when do you turn it down does it blend in either the bridge. If you're in the neck, it's going to blend in the bridge pickup. If you're in the bridge position and you roll it off, you get the neck pickup. So it sounds a little bit more like a wah, because you got more bass response on the neck pickup. And when it's all the way rolled off, the sound will be the same whether you're on the neck or the bridge. If you ever played a guitar with 2 single coils or even 2 humbuckers and you're playing those together, that's basically the sound that you're getting. Whether it's 2 P90s or you got an older harmony guitar with this older style. And how this works is you're basically creating a short circuit between the connections on the switch that are where the neck and the bridge are connected. So it doesn't matter, when I go over the connections, it doesn't matter which whether you're putting the bridge in the middle position or on the side, because you're just creating a short circuit, and by using the potentiometer, which is just a variable resistor, you're taking away that short circuit. And I've tested with both 250K pot and a 500, and they both seem to work the same. You'll see in the video that I have this disconnected. I have a couple wires sticking out so I can test different ones. The only main difference I would say is don't use a linear pot, because to me that seemed like there wasn't any effect until it was almost all the way completely down. But otherwise the 250 and 500 almost sounded the same. And the secret to this is, if you want to test this without modifying the pot, is it'll still basically work at the same principles without modifying, because by the time you get up to 250K resistance, you're already hearing mostly one pickup anyways, and you can test it with a tuning fork or something else where it's going to put a tone into the pickups. So, but by modifying the pot, you're scraping off the contact points, so that when you do reach it, instead of reaching a max out at the 250 on a 250K pot or 500 on a 500K pot, you're completely breaking the circuit. So that way you no longer have the short circuit. But it will work without modifying if you wanted to test it and try it out. It'll get it pretty close. And so in the next section of the video, I'm making this video after I made the rest of them. What else? So using audio pot, I ended up putting a 250 in there, but I ended up showing a 500. This is, they usually have it stamped somewhere on there, 250 or 500K. Sometimes it's printed on the top. This came out of this Affinity Strat here. And nowadays you usually have a linear pot for the volume. I usually like to have an audio one, because for you're doing volume swells, it's more gradual. But you can try a linear pot if you want to try it. This one you can barely see the printing on it. It's halfway underneath the washer there where it says B 500K. Nowadays you usually see B in front of the numbers is a linear pot, A in front of it is an audio. I'm not sure if that's an industry standard, but that's what it usually is the case. What you're going to be doing, another thing I mentioned in the part about making this, is adding some sort of a paint or nail polish to the area to even further insulate it from contact. And I'd say don't use the paint here. I painted it white just so you can see the area that you need to scrape. But I found this paint is kind of wearing off So either use clear nail polish, and you just barely any will do it. Otherwise, just take your time scraping that area clean down to the circuit board. You can even take a tiny piece of folded up sandpaper around a toothpick or something like that to get in there. But you see how hard it is to get into that little area there. With these cheaper pots here that only have the one half of the arm, it's a lot easier than the alpha pot that I show in the video coming up on scraping it. But that's the area where you need to scrape it, and then you connect the wires on the ones opposite of that one. And if you wanted to make it the opposite, where at 10 you're getting, when you open up to 10, you're getting both pickups on, then all you need to do is reverse it. Is don't scrape off that side, scrape off this side, and then connect the wires to the other ones. So that's one thing you might want to try before scraping it, is try it hooked up to this section and that section, because when I first hooked it up I did the opposite and I didn't seem to like it, and so I went ahead and just followed the directions like the regular ones. And I'll provide the link in the description as to where I originally found this idea. So you're just creating a short circuit between the two pickups and increasing the resistance, which you're kind of closing off that short circuit, and that's how it goes from having two pickups on to only just one pickup on. You might want to practice on a cheaper pot that's been taken out as far as just assembling stuff. And for the more information on the wiring, just Google a Fralin. You can always just buy a Fralin blender pot. That's probably basically what this is. But they show the wiring, and you just, like I said, you're just connecting the two wires to the bridge, one to the bridge where it connects to the bridge pickup on the switch, and the other one to the neck pickup on the switch, and that's that. What else? Also, when you're reassembling it, that was another part that was cut out in the video. Just push the tabs back over and then give it a jiggle after you're using the pliers. That little tab is always at the back on the inside, because that's what stops the little wiper, and then the little opening is on the front where these things are. After you push these tabs back over with the pliers, just take it and jiggle it a little bit to make sure it's tight. If it's not tight, like I said, just go ahead and pinch it diagonally, the two tabs like that with the pliers, pinch it further again, make sure it's completely tight so it's not going to cause any problems, and that should be it. See, the audio is not that great on the playing section. I just got this USB condenser mic. It's really small. It's really cool. I haven't really had a chance to mess with it. It's 25 bucks, I think, delivered. It was used. They're like 50 bucks new, but it has a switchable pattern on it to cardioid to Omni, and or a 10 decibel pad if you're in a really loud environment. And it's pretty cool. It comes with the cable and all that. It comes with some software. So hopefully these videos will be coming out a little bit better if I hook this up and start doing that. But have fun making the pot. It's a very simple procedure. It just involves scraping off that contact point, putting it back together, and as I say in the tutorial part of it, just wire up a single tone control. I kind of like that, actually. I found out that didn't miss the other tone control. On this one is actually a TBX tone control that's been modified. I'll give the link in the description for that too, because it acts as a treble cut in one direction and bass cut in the other direction, and you can adjust the two capacitors for that. And I found that was really neat compared to a regular TBX control or the other TBX mods that are out there. Using the two different caps and taking out the stock resistor that came with it worked really well. So have fun.